Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete, you're watching Pete Jaguar the Model Builder, and have we got something here for you today. We're going on with the Jaguar E Type, as you saw in the description and what you clicked just now. This is pack 4 of this build, and it comes with making the wheels. That's stage 24 and 25. I'm not doing that. I read on internet that people are taking a very long time to have to do that, so more than 2-3 hours. So I'm gonna do stage 26 to 31, and the wheel can be done separate. I will make a separate video of that and see how I get along. As you can see in front of us, these are the parts we're going on and putting more on the frame as we have here. We're building both brake disc and suspension parts of the in stage 27 and 28. If that wheel would have been done, we could have put it on, but that wheel that we're making with all the spokes that we have to put in one by one is the spare wheel, and there are 4 more of those to come, so that would be a lovely build to do. But as you can see, these are the parts, and Agora Models, as you can see, is the one who brings that to us. It is a very nice build to do, and it's red. It's quite a few of the last few builds that I'm doing are red as well. But without further ado, let's get into the building of this beautiful car. Well, there we go, stage 26, as you can see, the left, and this must be the right, but there's so much paint that you cannot see what it was anymore. But that's has an L on it, and we've got these parts, and we're going to put that on. We're going to put that on in this stage. We're going to start with that little bracket. That bracket's going to go. See, we've got those lugs, strange lugs there, and the screw hole. We're going to put those together like so, and if they're screwed in, they'll probably tighten up neatly. As always, a bit of oil. As is only one screw, you can tighten it straight away because there's no more to do. So we put an AM04 right there, the left hand lower brace, and that L is barely visible, but it's visible. And we're going to put it in like so. We've got 2, don't know if you can see those, 2. We've got 2 pins right there, and we're going to put those over it, and that one, if I see that properly, will fit in that area. And we're going to put an AM04 in that as well. That's the only screw we got in this build stage. So we're going to screw that in. That's all we do. So we've got those 2 left, and it seems that we're picking up getting stuff in there from the stages, but not doing anything with it. So we're going to put it back in the plastic bag that it came in. There we go. So these are the parts. All right, we're starting with this one. We're putting that brake disc on it like so. After that, we're going to put it on like so. That pin is going in the first of the 2 holes. So the pin is going in that one, and we're going to screw into that one. And the screw for that one is... So it's the AG4, which is actually in the parts list, partly. So we've done that. We're going to put those aside. I'm going to get that out, because this is the right disc, I think. Yep. This is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. I should have put them. I looked at the disc brake because the disc brake was on the not on the front side of of it all, but in the back of it. So this is what it should actually look like. Yeah, this is what it actually should look like. I'll show you in a moment. As you can see, this is the right hand side, this is the right hand side as well. So get those together on the right sides and it will all go to the way it should. Have a good look at those indicators. That's one. And we're going to the other side doing the same thing. We screwed that in already, but with the left hand side brake disc, so that would have stuffed it up if I did not see that properly. Okay, that's the left hand side. We're doing the the right hand side. This is the left hand side, like so, and this is the way it should be. So have a good look at the indicators that are on there, and there's an L there and there's an L on the brake disc, and you find an L on the arm on the lower side. You find an L there. You can see the R there, right there on the disc, and right there is an R as well. So we're going to put everything together on the proper sides. That's a bit of a stuff up on my side. I'm sorry about that. So we're going to put that spring together, push that spring in there, and then that one, the thinner one, into it. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's not actually a left and a right for this, I think, but there is a larger hole and a smaller hole. The larger one goes over that point there, and the smaller, oh god, it's jumping. But first we need to push that pin in and have a look at that pin, because on one side it's as rough and on the other side it's smooth. So, and we want to push the smooth side in. That pin is in there, and an AM6 goes on that lower thing there. But you don't want to jump, you don't want it to jump away, so keep your finger on it. So that is the shock absorber in. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we've done 27, 28. We've got the whole suspension in. Should put it like this. Yeah, that's the left hand side. That's the driver's side, and that's, well, it's an English car. I don't know if they're putting the driver's side in the other one, on the other side. They are putting on the right side. So this is the right hand, the driver's side, and that is the left hand side. This is all we're getting. We're not getting anything else. So we've got these two parts, and let me just, this is the sump and the torsion bars. This is the sump, which catches the oil. So this is what we do. Oh, is that all? It's pushed in there and that's it. Push them together and that's it. So that's stage 29 done. All right, we're going to start with that. They've got that, put that pipe in there already. It's a half moon shape, or it's a shaped pin, so no other way to put it in. There we go, that's it. Then we put that on top of it and have a look. It's just gonna go over like so. And we put a AG6 in there. Be careful with that hose. Then we're going to put that aside and put the fan on the assembly. And put one of those silver screws in. We're actually putting it in like so, with the blades running like so. I did not have a good look at that. This is plastic, so do not over tighten it. So we're going to fit that on like so. So we'll fit them together like so. Yeah, and we're going to put AG4s in there. One and number 2. Then we can put that aside because we're not using that at the moment. So we're going, that was 30. Yes, that was stage 30 done. And we're going to stage 31. Got those two, and this one is left and that one's right. It's indicated right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's indicated. Then we've got this thing. So we're gonna get the subframe in again. Yep. And then we're gonna put this on right on those. As you can see right there, the pin goes in the lower one and the screw will go on the top one, like so. And we're gonna put them on with AM15s. Tighten up that one as well. Okay, I'm gonna put that pump on. I think it will go somewhere like that. It sticks in pretty well. It's got a pin right there and a hole right there. And we're going to put those together. And then we're going to put on like so. Of course in the right position. 2 A3s in the top and 1 AM15 lower below that. That's in. And then the second AM3, and that is that. So I put an AM15 in there to make sure that it goes. I can do that because that's sunk, but if I put an AM15 there, that the difference is so large, it's I'm not going to do that. So this is what we have left from one of the stages, and this is what we end up with. The only thing we need to do is that wheel, and then we're done. Stage 31 is done as well. Well, that was something, guys. It was a bit of a hassle putting some of these screws in. That one did not go in, so I glued it in. I hope this is not giving a lot of white rash, but that screw did not fit in there. It was not bored. It was bored, or they made that slightly too big, so that did not go into the hole. But that is what we have at the moment, and this is what we also have: the sump and some more little parts that we're not doing anything with. It's starting to do a lot more builds are doing this, that we've got all little parts left and we're not actually putting it on anything or something. A few little mistakes by Agora. They're not when you're putting the brake discs and suspension parts in, have a good look if it's the right or the left hand side, and have a look on the arms, because it's indicated on those suspension arms if you're having the left or the right side. Have a look. The brake disc is supposed to be on the back side of it, because this is the front of the car. This is where, so the brake disc has to be on this side. This is the front of the car, it has to be on that side. This is the driver's side, and it's an English car, so this is the right hand side and that's the left hand side. It's all indicated. Have a good look at that before you put those things on. And The only thing is a little bit strange is that we not put that arm on yet, but maybe there is something that needs to go on that before we do anything with it. Okay, I'm gonna find out how this wheel making thing is going to go, but I will find out and see that later on. This E-Type is, I have to wait for the pack 5 to come in. I don't know what's coming in then, but I am enjoying what we are doing, having a look at how the old cars, or more or less were made. We're going to see that on the Porsche 917 as well as soon, I hope. IXO has been putting on Facebook that it's in and that they're sending it out, but they said that last week, and I'm still seeing my shipments delayed. We're having to wait for that, but I'm all right with that. IXO has been great, and as Agora models is as well. Service is superb. I've not had any problems with them whatsoever. And everything that I did have a little bit of a problem with, they fixed pretty quickly. For this build, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me. As I said, please have a look at my other builds, quite a few, and please, I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for staying out all the way to the end. Thank you very much for joining me again. Hope to see you next time, but before you do that, please like, subscribe, and pass it on, and get some more people in here. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.